Hello, and thank you for visiting shanwag.info, where curriculum and creativity collide. My name is Shanidria Wagner, and I'll be your instructor on this journey. At shanwag.info, we will be incorporating music, chanting, and mnemonics to teach content. We now have the Spanish section of the website, but soon we'll be adding reading, grammar, and writing. For now, I want to give you an overview of what to expect with shanwag.info as relates to Spanish instruction. First, I need to emphasize who this site is for, or who the Spanish channel is for. Perhaps you are a middle school student taking Spanish, a high school student, maybe you're even in college. At whatever stage you are learning Spanish, this is the ideal website for you because I've organized certain lessons by category. You can just look for the topic you need help with and watch the video. If, however, I have not recorded a lesson that is applicable to what you're doing, feel free to email me at shanwag@shanwag.com. Again, that's shanwag@shanwag.com. Let me know the curriculum objective you're working on, and I'll have a lesson uploaded within 48 hours. So, again, if you're a student enrolled in Spanish at whatever level, this website is for you. If you're an adult, for instance, who has taken Spanish at some point in your life, yet you have not mastered the pronunciation of the language, or you don't feel comfortable conversing in the language with ease, this site is also for you. I also recommend this site for children who've never taken Spanish. However, since they have not taken Spanish and don't know the objectives of coursework, they will have to just arbitrarily select different videos and follow along. So again, this site is for everyone. The last thing I want to talk about is what you can expect with regard to the organization of the website. I have 4 different kinds of lessons. The first kind of lesson you will see is pronunciation. In the pronunciation section, I really thoroughly go over the rules of pronunciation for the vowels, consonants, diphthongs, etc., all the combinations of vowels. So you have no excuse not to speak Spanish with native fluency after watching the pronunciation videos. The second section of videos I offer is conversation. This is ideal for, again, the adult returning to Spanish after years of non-study. In the conversation section of the website, you can click on an array of videos that deal with different conversational topics, everyday topics. So we have pronunciation, we have conversation. The third section you will have for the Spanish channel is conjugation. This haunts many Spanish students. We know the verbs can be very, very challenging. I have very in-depth lessons that deal with all the tenses of verbs in Spanish. And after you've done the pronunciation and you've done the conversation and the conjugation sections, then there's a troubleshooting section. In the troubleshooting section, I deal with different areas of grammar that perhaps may be an issue. The difference between, let's say, por and para, for instance. The use of the 2 contractions in the Spanish language. Anything that deals with the grammar, the subject pronouns, all those things are in the troubleshooting section because of the aim I take. I usually pick the errors, the most common errors made with regard to those objectives, and the lesson not only teaches the grammatical concept, but it also identifies the most important or most widespread errors people make. So I hope this gives you a very good overview of what the site has to offer for now. Remember, we are an ever-expanding company, and we're going to diversify the kinds of lessons we offer. For now, you will feel as though I'm standing in front of you teaching, as if I'm your teacher one-on-one for now. But remember, we're going to be ever-expanding, adding technology, different kinds of lessons to stimulate your creativity, your imagination, and most importantly, to teach you Spanish. Thank you for watching. Gracias por mirar. Hablemos de la hora. Let's talk about time. If you remember, we use the verb ser to discuss the time, la hora. Esta es la primera lección. This is the first lesson. When do we use the verb ser? Just to review, remember the acronym MNCHOP? The M stands for meaning. We're identifying things, defining things. E stands for one's employment, career, profession, occupation. N stands for nationality. C, characteristics, how things or people look. Hour, or time, that's for H. O stands for origin, or someone is from. And finally, P stands for personality. Hola, Hablemos de la pronunciación y la énfasis. Let's talk about pronunciation and emphasis of words. We know the first rule of pronunciation in Spanish is if a word ends in a vowel, N or S, the next to the last syllable is stressed. Again, if a word ends in a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, N, or the letter S, the next to the last syllable is stressed. Verbs are a great way to understand this rule. Hola. En esta lección vamos a hablar de la pronunciación y la énfasis. In this lesson, we're going to talk about pronunciation and emphasis. I thought that we'd use Mexican food to help us with this category because it's something most of us are familiar with. Comida mexicana. Hola. In this lesson, we're going to distinguish between ser and estar. As you know, both verbs mean to be. Here's the first example. Las 2 de la tarde. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Which verb is used for time? The answer is son. Son las 2 de la tarde. Repite. Son las 2 de la tarde. Son las 2 de la tarde. Very good. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The present progressive. El presente progresivo. Segunda actividad. Activity 2. As we know, the present progressive answers the question, what you are doing. ¿Qué estás haciendo tú? We can pose the question with or without tú. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Or ¿qué estás haciendo tú? What are you doing? And this is the informal way of asking someone what he or she is doing. The formal way to ask is ¿qué está haciendo usted?